Welcome to Game 3 of this Team Liquid show match between TLO and Taeja. We are now on Ohana. This is game number 3. The score right now is 1-1. And I haven't casted that many games on Ohana, but from what I've seen, a lot of Terran players kind of play this game the same way of Cloud Kingdom, and even more macro-focused than Cloud Kingdom. Because again, you have a place where you can wall up this area, take out these rocks, just defend this portion. And that's the only way into the third base. Unlike Cloud Kingdom, when it has two ways into your third, this map, Ohana, only has one way into that third base. So it can be very hard to attack a Terran player on three bases. Once they take the fourth base, then it starts opening up opportunities as you have the area up here, huge ramp. And then you have this area way down here, so you kind of defend both. But those multi-pronged attacks don't work so well when you get up to four bases because there's going to be a lot more tanks on the map. It's Taeja play, and we haven't seen that many tanks, so maybe that's not going to be the case. But in standard TVZ, you have a lot more tanks to control a lot more of the map, so you can deal with holding this area and this area off. It is pretty easy for Terrans to at least turtle up on this map. But Zerg players, they can easily go on a third base as well. It is just another macro map, as with any map in the ESV weekly pool. I hope I said that tournament correct. A very good tournament, casted by my good friend Orb. But we'll go into this game now. Taeja versus TLO. Looks like Taeja going to be doing another command center first, and TLO is going to be going out to scout with this one drone. We'll be seeing it. And a small mistake not getting that one watchtower would only take him like a microsecond to pull off, get that watchtower on his way, and may even be able to see like an SCV going out to scout. Of course, Taeja is going for this command center first, so it's not a big deal. But if this SCV was going this way and the drone saw that, that is big information, because when it comes to SCV counting, that one gets accounted for, and one SCV missing means that a 2-rax is possible. TLO going to be trying to do damage to this one SCV, building the command center. Taeja had an SCV there immediately, and now going to try to take out this SCV. 2 more hits on it, and he may just suicide his drone. No, he is going to be pulling on away, and that SCV is going to get repaired, and TLO is going to be just leaving. Drone is at 7 HP, so yes, he had a chance of suiciding the drone and killing the SCV, but I don't believe that is worth it. I don't think trading a drone for an SCV is worth it at all, because the Terrans, they kind of get free SCVs. Yes, the drone Zerg can build a lot of drones, but Terrans have mules. So trading equally like your econ for Terran's econ, the Terran's going to come out ahead because they have that econ handicap, kind of at least when it comes to minerals. So you never want to trade evenly against a Terran's econ because they're going to be able to use mules and come back. That is the strength of Terran. And Taeja is going to get the scout off. TLO has a drone right here. That is that injured drone. Looking like he wants to take that third base. Taeja is going to come up. See no queen. I think a queen maybe... No, it shouldn't have been out yet. But something's got to be off. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the drone count that is a little bit off. That Taeja knows that there may be a third base as he is going right to it. Or maybe this is just a guess. Whenever a Zerg player takes that third base, there's got to be something off. I just don't know what it is. Maybe it's that SCV coming up here and not seeing an Overlord pop. That could be just it. And Taeja is going to be going for a bunker rush. And he does have 2 bears completed, but TLO already has lings out. So this bunker rush not going to be doing too much. A good thought, Taeja, but sorry. TLO has the lings out, does get that bunker canceled. And now those SCVs... Actually, SCV is going to act as a meat shield, keeping this Marine alive, allowing a few extra hits on those lings, and another 2 SCVs actually do come, and that bunker rush is going to continue, and it does get placed. Where is it going to get placed? Right here. This map probably hasn't been played enough to know perfect bunker placements. As you know, on some maps, there's places where you can place the bunker, put your Marines in a crevice where lings can't go, put your other SCV on hold position, make it really, really tough for a player to defend against a bunker rush. But Taeja just be placing this right out in the open. Has a handful of Marines here. TLO has lings. He is getting a lot of lings. 12 more lings on the way. Getting a Banelig's Nest. Getting that speed upgrade. And those Marines now going to be hopping into this bunker. And this hatch looks like it will be going down. TLO just going to be waiting until this gets into the red health. That's when hopefully he has enough lings to defend this without losing the hatch. But as the second bunker comes up, I think Taeja could just easily target it Marines hop out of that bunker. Now going to be hopping back on in. Other bunker is up, so Taeja is going to be transferring that, trying to salvage this bunker, get that money back, but no can do. That speed is just about done for those Lings. And this hatch is going to be falling. And Taeja, meanwhile, is going to be taking a third base. And TLO is going to have to put on some pressure because he has lost a lot on his econ. Only at 28 drones to the 31 SCVs because he's built all of these Lings. Taeja is actually taking out these rocks, which can be a huge, huge flaw. The Lings are going to come for the counterattack. These rocks are going to be down, and that means they will have 2 passageways into Taeja's base, which means Taeja can no longer wall off one area and be fine. We have a lot of banelings done. Ling speed is done, and looks like TLO did the good old hold E. Wait till I'm out of gas, and that is the number of banelings. Taeja going to try to wall this area off, but Lings can still come in through this back area. Marines do run up that ramp. This is not even a complete wall up here. SCV is going to be going down. 2 banelings take out both those supply depots. That was cost-effective if I've ever seen cost-effective. 200 supply for 50-50. Actually, maybe it's a little bit more than 50-50. Taeja trying to desperately get the wall up at his natural. Command center is going to lift up, go down here. This may be a complete wall. I don't know. This may also be a neutral supply depot. It is, so Taeja cannot lift this up. So there's no way for him to make this a complete wall. And banelings are going to be coming up. That supply depot goes down. Those are speedlings against regular Marines. No stem. And these Lings just decimating all those Marines. Banelings probably would have been better off in the mineral line. Banelings just hitting Marines solely is not the best. SCVs, though, acting as a great meat shield. Now the Lings are going to be going at them. Taeja trying to do what SCV micro he can to be cost-effective, and it looks like he does hold. Taeja holds, but TLO has 18 Lings on the way. 16 SCVs, 228 drones, 25 workers have been killed. Taeja going to be trying to resume mining at this natural. That may be a mistake. And oh no, he has just landed mules over at this third base. Those mules will be going down. That is also a huge loss for Taeja. Each mule costing, I think, around 300 minerals, so losing 600 there over time, not good. Not good at all. Those Marines going to try their best to take out those Lings. Do a decent job. Command Center is going to be landing back here. Has to get walls up, but again, he took out his own rocks. And TLO's all inning, and there's no way he can wall against Ling Bling. Just has regular Marines, no stem on the way, no combat shields, no factory for Hellions or tanks. Taeja is in a very sticky situation, but he does have 1k minerals, could spam bunkers like no other, and he could catch up in the worker count. TLO is droning up behind this, 30 SCVs or 32 SCVs versus 32 drones versus the 16, 18 SCVs. Taeja can build SCVs 3 at a time. That's the only thing he has going for him. I guess the 3 mules at a time he also has. But having 3 mules at a time on these bases is just going to mine them out so ridiculously quickly. And if Taeja holds this, he will have trouble. He will have to take his 4th base really soon, as he will go very quickly back on 2 bases after taking a 3rd base. TLO sending those banelings into the middle line. More mules do fall. 40 workers have been killed. We are down to 16 SCVs to the 36 drones. More banelings coming in here, and Taeja just can't wall, but he is slowly defending this and has so many minerals in the bank. He may be just fine in the immediate, and look at this. TLO at the same time is spreading creep, and again, forgot to talk about the importance of inject because action just started before the queens even popped. My apologies. Hopefully, game number 4, we will get it. It is 1-1, so we will definitely be going into game 4. More mules being landed. Landing some at his main and as natural. Spreading them out because he doesn't want them all to get taken out yet again. Bunker is up. TLO 65 supply. Taeja 52 supply. But those B-lings and banelings are just being devastating. More workers are going to go down. Taeja's plating is phenomenal and still is holding on. That supply is getting closer. 45 to 59. We have stem just about done. With stem, Taeja will be able to hold this off, but every time TLO attacks, his Marines will be getting even weaker. Also, the combat shields have finished. That is good. But Taeja, I mean, every time TLO attacks, he's going to stem, and each time he defends, all the Marines will be taking damage until they're junkies and can't do it anymore. they run out of stims, they're like, oh my god. We better just kill ourselves. They kind of become infested Terrans at that point when Marines can no longer stim against this Ling Bling aggression that TLO has. He has his natural up. That Baneling speed is now done. They're going to be rolling their way in, and Taeja going to be stimming. Thank God his stim finished. He can get that split up. Good splitting it is. But is it going to be enough? That supply getting close. 55 to 63 still. More stuff from TLO going to be coming in. That third base for TLO is now up. And there goes the GG by Taeja. No longer can hold this. Going up to 1,600 minerals. Taeja just couldn't hold it. He actually built another command center in the midst of all that. But TLO going to be storming ahead. And actually we'll talk about the injects, because I don't think I'm going to be able to do it in the early game, because I just love talking about things in the early game that are related to StarCraft, which is a little bit different than you may be used to. Anyways, so let's go to this early game when these queens do come out. Oh, TLO's hotkeys. That's kind of what I want to go on and rant about. I know TLO's a great player. He's like my favorite player, but everyone has those quirks that you just don't like. Sometimes when you see Stefan, you're like, why is he doing that? And then he wins the game, so you're wrong. So I could be wrong here. This is just one of those things. But let's go to TLO's hotkeys. Actually, okay, he has this individually hotkeyed. I don't know why. But so, first off, he started the game. Doesn't have his hatches individually hotkeyed. So let's talk about what benefits you have. Like if, let's see, hotkeys 2 and 3 were used on natural and main. What would that provide him? Creep inject bar. So if he goes back now, he knows, okay, in a few seconds, like 2 seconds, I know I have to inject. If he's just on the queens, he may not know unless he pays attention to the energy, but if you miss an inject, then this just all goes wacky. It's so much easier to go to the creep inject bar. That's the most reliable way. Number 2, we can see it right here. A Ling is being built here. If he has his hatches individually hotkeyed, when this stuff does happen, this doesn't. So when this Ling pops out, let's see. Does it go take down? So, immediately losing one Ling going into the red. Because TLO, he hit 3 SZZZZZ. So, a Ling got built at this base, which maybe he did that on purpose. Maybe that's why this is hotkeyed. Didn't know this huge all-in. When did that Ling get built? Because maybe it was like 2 Marines. And he was like, okay, I got this. I built a Ling here because it's close. My Lings that are waiting at that one edge will come. So maybe that's it. So we'll look when TLO builds this. But I think you kind of get what I'm saying about that. So as soon as that does finish, he builds a Ling there. So maybe that's intentional. I don't know if that's the wisest call at this. I don't know if it was intentional. He may have just been holding on 3. So I have a love available. Let's build a Ling. Maybe that's why. So there's that advantage. You have the creep inject bar. So between those advantages, I think it's much better in the early game. Have your main and natural on a hotkey. And this doesn't screw with TLO at all. Of course, this one still will be individually hotkeyed. Don't care about this one. What benefit do you have on this hatch being hotkeyed? You can build units here which just die. Not good. So having TLO in the early game, like the first 10 minutes, use hotkeys 2 and 3 for his main and natural hatch. Then, number 1, watch his injects so he can get better injects. Number 2, when these situations arise, don't build units at these hatches. So, and he could also quickly, like, go from, he could hit, like, let's say, 1, shift 2, shift 3, and then I believe the hatch, or his hotkey 1, would have only these 2 hatches. Instantly, just have those 2 hatches. So then, he could hit S and build stuff at both hatches. He could also do that with any other hotkey, maybe 6. Maybe that's the one he'd want to do it with. Just a thought. Food for thought. It's kind of how I try to approach my ZVZs. And if that makes sense, please leave a comment and tell me that does make sense. Because I can't be alone here. That's just kind of how I think about it. If it doesn't make sense, if I'm missing something, let me know. If it doesn't make sense, let me know. And I'll make a special video dedicated to that. So right now, I'm going to be going up into this replay. Hopefully you are still listening, because I think I am proud of that. I don't know why, but there's just those small things that you are proud of, and there's really not much we can watch in SE2 Gears. Not much at all, honestly. Average inject, 22 seconds, you can see. A little bit of panic here. Huge misses. But that's really all we can look at. Taeja, hindsight, he could build more barracks, which got more Marines. Also, couldn't have maybe wait till you take out those rocks so that all-in doesn't happen. If it does, you can wall off. But yeah, that'll be it for that game. I hope you guys enjoyed. There will be another game. We will be going in game number 4. And if you want to support me, follow Team Liquid Pro on Twitter. My Twitter's IpSC, but don't worry about following me. Follow them and thank them for giving me these replays. Because, well, if they know you guys enjoy me casting Team Liquid games, then it won't be so awkward when I keep messaging them asking for replays. So, yep, you can do that. So we